Hello, and happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. And so, in today's lecture, I'm going to be talking about how to best utilize your third house of communication energy. Okay. Um, and communication is something that a lot of people struggle with. They struggle with communicating their authentic selves. And so, or they don't know how to best utilize their communication energy in order to get what it is that they want. Okay. And so, before I jump into it, if you are new to me or to the channel, or any of my content on in social media land, my name is Kay Catrice. I am the Natal Chart Navigator, and I help open-minded, ambitious women to basically learn their natal charts, to read, understand, and apply the information found in their natal charts, so that they can live life more authentically. Okay. Now, every time you hear me do a video, I don't have a standard. It's just whatever comes to me. So, I just kind of, run off on a little tangent. So just thought I'd share that with you. Now, stay to the end because, I have a big announcement that I'm going to make. I'm so super excited. So stay to the end. Okay. All right. And so let's go ahead and jump into it. So, what is the third house? Okay. Third house represents your communication. It represents your siblings. Okay. It also represents your neighborhood, your neighbors. Um, it represents your early education. Okay. So it represents learning, but it's learning. The early years, like high school and below. Okay. So that's what the third house represents. Okay. And so the sign that is on the third house is how those contents of that house is going to be expressed. Okay. Um, and so if you have, say, Libra on the third house, then you are going to be somebody who um, communication might have been fairly easy for you. You may have talked early, um, but you also have a very beautiful voice. You have a very, the way you talk is very even keel. You probably can sing. Okay. Um, you have a nice singing voice, nice speaking voice. Um, what else with Libra? Um, Libra is a very balanced energy. Okay, so you are probably somebody who you're very social. You're able to really talk to anybody. You're probably like the mediator. When you speak, you probably like, yeah, I can see that point of view, but I can also see that point of view. Um, because Libra is just it's the scale, so it's a very balanced energy. Okay. And so, now on the flip side, okay, say you have Aries on that communication house. You're probably somebody who you may be loud. You are very bold in what you say. You may talk fast. Aries is a very quick energy, so you may talk fast. You may come across as angry or impatient. Your communication style, you might have be like kind of impatient when speaking with people who may speak a little slower than you, or who may process information. Um, you may be a little, irritated, so you may not be um, as nice. um, What else? So as you can see, depending upon the sign that is on your third house, that is your communication style. Okay. And so what you want to do, okay, is you want to, when you pull your charts, okay, and so this is going to be your homework for this week. Okay. So when you pull your charts, I want you to look at your third house. Okay. you're going to look at your third house, and we're going to add in um, Mercury. If you don't have Mercury in that house, we're going to add in Mercury. We're not going to look at the house that Mercury is in. We're only going to look at the Mercury placement, okay? And then you're going to look at the third house, okay? And so I want you to look at your third house. I want you to interpret what the third house is about. And then I want you to interpret what the sign, the significations of the sign. And then I want you to pull out Mercury from last week, write down what you put for Mercury. And then I want you to put it all together, okay? So that you can see how your thoughts, how you think your thoughts, and then how they are expressed, okay? Now, so for me, I'll just give you an example. For me, my thoughts, my Mercury is in Libra. It's in my third house. And Libra is the sign that's on my third house. Okay. So for me, I think in a very balanced way, and I also speak in a very balanced way. But now, say if if my Mercury was in Virgo, um, is my second house, and but my third house is Libra. So I would think, I would be way more analytical, stickler for detail than I am now. But with my communication, the way I would communicate that information would be in a very balanced, very even keel way. Okay. Um, and so third house is how you communicate your Mercury sign. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. Let me see, what else do I want to add? Um, was a short lecture this week, but it was really supplemental to what we started last week. Because one thing that you got to remember, I want you to remember about when you're looking at your chart and astrology, is that it builds. Okay, it's not one dimensional. It's multi-dimensional. Okay, and so it builds on top, on top, on top, on top, and everything is interwoven within the natal chart. Okay, and so we more than likely I'll do lectures like this where for 2 weeks we are, like if I look at a sign, we're going to look at the house, you know what I'm saying? And it may be, may go into next week. What about if your Mercury is in the sign of your communication, or what if it's in a different sign? Because that's two different energies. Are those energies compatible? So it gets really deep. And so I think maybe we'll do that. Maybe I'll do that next week. What did I say? Merc sign and different sign. I have to write it down because I don't want to forget. Merc sign different from house. All right. Yes, that'll be a good one because so in the example, and most of the time I'll use my chart as the example. But the more we get into it, if you guys want me to, reference your chart, I definitely can. I just use mine just because it's easier to explain it. Okay, easier to explain it to you guys without having to get permission from somebody and do all that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so where was it? Oh yeah. So next week what I'll do is we'll go over if your Mercury sign is in a different energy from your third house. Okay. Because if your Mercury is in the third house, then it's the same energy. So your thoughts and your communication are more, uh, you're more uh, bold, I could say, or proficient in, like your thoughts and your communication style are more aligned. Okay. Versus if they're in, total opposites. So if you have your Mercury, say in Aries, okay, Aries is opposite, the opposite, polar opposite energy of Libra. Aries energy is all about the I am, the self. Okay, is a action oriented energy, and Libra energy is about the partnership. Okay, and it's action oriented as well, but it's partnership oriented, whereas Aries is self oriented. Okay, and so if your Mercury is in Aries, okay, and so you know your thoughts are more so about self or how you can make things better for you. But when you communicate that, you communicate it in a very balanced way. But you also like to communicate and be, because Libra is air energy, so it's mental energy. And the air energies, the signs that are in the air modality, I mean the air element, um, those signs are very social. So you like to, your communication style is to, you're very social, and you like to bounce ideas and share and communicate with others in a very social, beautiful environment, right? But your thoughts are focused on self, like how to, and not, I'm not saying self like in like your self-centered or in a negative way, but it's just that's the energy of, that's the I am energy. Aries is the I am energy inside of you. Okay. And wherever you have Aries in your chart, is where you focus your I am. That is where you focus your I am energy. Okay, that's where that energy is the strongest. Okay, but so if so your thoughts are that I am. So you're going to be somebody who, you walk into a room and you're very confident. Okay, you're very confident because Aries energy is a very, very confident energy. If you know anybody that's Aries, they they borderline, they can be very, very cocky because they are very in tune with that I am. Okay. And so you're going to be somebody, you walk into a room, you're very confident, but your communication style is very social. So you are very social with people, and you are likable because you know how to communicate. But you're very confident in who you are. You're very focused on, you owning the room, doing your thing. You're not, it's not, Aries energy is not like a bow down or a coward down type of energy. It's a very bold energy. All the fire signs are bold energy. Okay. Fire is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay. So, that's how that would play out. So next week, that's good. So next week we'll tap into that. And then we'll also go into if your Mercury sign is in the same sign as your third house. Okay. Now Mercury does like to be in the third house, because what the significations of the house, the areas of life that the house, the third house, you know, touches on. Mercury touches on those same areas of life as well. So it feels very, very comfortable. It works optimally in when it is placed in the third house of your natal chart. Okay. And so that is this week's lecture. So again, homework, you are to look up your the third house. So we're going to evaluate third house, or interpret third house, interpret the energy on the third house. And then take your interpretation of your Mercury sign from last week, add that to the mix, and then you're going to put it all together. Okay. All right, so that's this week's lecture. And so now for the big announcement, I am so super excited. So I have been working behind the scenes diligently to get this done. And so I have my community. I have a community. I started the Understanding You University, membership. And there's two levels to it. There's the free level. You can come in at the free level. Now, the purpose of the community is that I want to be able to like actually interact with you more. Okay. I want to be able to actually like schedule, like do like homework, real assessment assignments. We even do assessments so that you can really get to know, you. Okay. And this isn't, like I'm not going to be like it's not like a pass or fail grade. Okay, the homework and the assignments, those are for you, because the more you get into what you're doing, the more you're going to understand this. Okay, and so this is for you. I'm so super excited um, to be able to start the community. I mean, we're going into February. Tomorrow's February 1st, and so I'm going to put the link so that you can enroll. It is become a UYU student.com. Yeah, .com. I'm going to put it, matter of fact, let me put it in here right now. Become a UYU student.com. Okay. All right, so that is the link. You can click on the link. It is a free enrollment, and so with that, you get a full moon. I was doing the intention sessions, just for everybody, but I'm going to limit those just for my community, and so just for the students, for my students, and so you're going to be having access to the full moon release sessions. Okay. Um, you're also going to get access to, hold on, I got it wrote down. I want to make sure I tell you everything. Oh, crap. Dang it, I left it in my car. Okay, I don't have my car, so it's gone. But you're going to get access to the sessions. You're also going to get access to one Q&A call a month with me. You're going to get supplemental resources, the assessments, the homework. You're really going to be able to dive into it, where you can really start to learn who you are and utilize these energies. Now, there is a paid level as well. Those are the scholars. And so the scholars, it's $33 a month. And with the scholars, you get access to 2 Q&A sessions a month, where you get everything that you get with the free, but you also get an additional Q&A session with me. You get access to the full moon and the new moon sessions. And you also get 10% off of your first reading. Now, the energy audits are not included in that, but the full readings, full recorded readings, you do get 10% off as a scholar. And so I am so super excited to be to have this community, our actual community. And so it's time to roll. So homework check-in is going to be on Thursday. So make sure that you get your homework done before then. And then I'm going to tentatively say Q&A session on Friday. This will be the last week of it being this way. Next week we will be transitioning everything. Everything will have transitioned off of YouTube and into the community. So all the Q&As and all of that. So if you enjoy that and you want to, be a part of that, then you definitely want to click the link and get your free student membership. All right. And so I'm going to end today's lecture. And remember that possibilities are endless. If you can see it in your mind, You can definitely hold it in your hand, and that should make you smile because you really do create your own reality. Have a good one.